Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 10.41. But before we get into that, I want to thank Sircan and the Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. I'm so grateful for the support, as well as the others supporting over on Patreon. So grateful for it. But for everybody else, what I really just ask is if you could subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and please comment and share about the videos. If we get sharing, YouTube does not recommend my videos well. That's a whole nother story, and it's quite true. So the more engagement a video has, the more likely it is to be recommended. And particularly if you share it out, even to just one other person, if everybody just shared it, got one other person, that would double it. And if those new people would share it to some other new person, we would have phenomenal growth on this channel, and I would be ecstatic. And we have a nice little pocket here that we are pounding with. Oh, one division. Okay. Von Thoma gets to attack in 60 hours. They're sort of pushed down to there. And you might want to either check out the let's head this way. Either the videos of the I leave the live streams up. You can. The YouTube is even worse with recommending live streams and whatnot. So yes, I make episodes here with the live streams, but you might want to either check out old live streams or follow on Twitch or just here, because I just gave a nice little talk about shortages and rationing in Nazi Germany for the live audience that wasn't part of the prepared episodes like these, if you're interested in that stuff. Okay, they're moving up. These guys will also move up into Den Helder. You'd be useful in attacking there. He would be useful. He would be useful. What was happening here was what and I think they may be changing some of the stuff, and I think it could be modded with Hearts of Iron 4, is the idea of these long battles that units, and we're seeing this with both sides here, but with long battles that are so long that units will lose their organization, retreat, get enough organization, and come back into the battle, back in and out, in and out, in and out, on and on and on and on. And which I think mostly is unhistorical. Now we can see a similar thing happening maybe in Stalingrad, maybe Leningrad, though that's more of a siege. So not that it doesn't happen like that in World War II. It happens rarely, and they're very notable instances, which the battle is long enough that a division would be attacking for whatever reason, you know, have to withdraw from action, wait a week or whatever, and then going right back into the same front line, same action. But that is rare, not common. Okay, you guys. Okay, where are you going? You're going to there. You get to, because you're motorized and you have an armored battalion, you get to race up to there. Yep, it is Fortress Holland. But it's mostly English Fortress Holland. Okay, tank factories, yes. Okay, note for, okay, this force will be in Benelux. Corpo Aereo Italiano. I don't think I've seen this before. CAI, probably I'll say it CIA later on, but yeah. Was an air auxiliary force that participated in the Battle of Britain. The Blitz during the final months of 1940, Mussolini insisted on providing air support to assist Germany. During this operation, the CAI was created on September 10th and arrived in Belgium in separate parts 2 weeks later under command of General Reno Crusoe Frugier. I don't know. Between October and January, it flew 454 offensive and 480 defensive sorties, including 113 bomber escorts. Bombers were reassigned to at this time. Okay, enough of the player. This force will be okay. So we get that. Coal rationing, not now, thanks. Yeah, Anglo Sud. I guess we'll build this. Get some guard. So, there we are. Okay. Now, let's find an air command that we can put this under. We'll keep this as an organized group, I guess. Float 3, there we go. So we got some bombers, Italian bombers, and some Italian fighters. Well, let's put the fighters. Okay, fairly shortish range up here. We can do some bombing of Amsterdam. Ground attack. I know it was sort of meant for Britain, but and mentioning that, we did move in some other bombers and we are attacking here, so let's support our ground attack. Operations. Looking sort of for units that are in decent shape instead of all gutted. Like those guys are gutted. Okay, those are in pretty good shape under Udet. Okay, so they're dropping bombs on a lot of these units. Hopefully they'll reduce some organization some. Uh-oh, okay. We need to put those at the top. Yep, they'll be there real soon. Well, more coal fields and whatnot. Very good. Very good. We're taking out some of these units in the rear. Now I have moved a bunch of units down to the back to the port. Now I haven't gotten them out. Somewhere between laziness and not so, or more thinking, we've almost got this time, General. We don't need more troops. And of course, maybe we don't actually have this, but okay, hopefully that'll be enough. There's the units. Let's keep these other guys moving down here. Yeah, I know the river's a pain, but come on, guys. Get La Rochelle. Yeah, we've won and done Helder, good. You keep moving forward. We just need to squeeze on this a little better in there. Yeah, they're not doing maybe great, but yeah, the Scottish and the London divisions are dangerous. Yep, it's only the British units that are able to stand up. And I talked to the devs in that nice interview that I did with them. And they agreed with me, so I guess I like that. that the way to do the French units is to make them strong, because the French army was not weak, but make them brittle in that no, I don't know, we need more command options around here. Make them really hard to I guess what we'll do is we'll put a leader in here. Make them really hard to regain organization after losing it. We'll promote you up. And we'll put you into that army just to get command organizations going. And so once they're, you know, been sort of shattered, they take a long time in regaining organization. That is, I think, how best to represent. Okay, you stopped, I think, mostly because you didn't have either. Well, you didn't have some sort of supplies. Oh, no, I want that. Okay. And I would say that in many ways typifies what was going on with the French. I just want to keep pushing everywhere, but also strategic needs. And see, by pushing here, along here, we keep them from like trying to reoccupy lost territory. Well, since none of the other units have been able to get here that we've assigned, mostly I think because of supply problems. Use French tank factories, okay. Manufacturing Strasbourg, okay, yes. Is there I'm looking for a possible decision like to form. Wait, yeah, I don't want to upgrade these divisions that are in the middle of combat. Or moving towards combat, or whatever. Bet you that division was shattered up here. Okay, what has come? Oh, a bunch of divisions are able to be deployed. Okay, well, unfortunately, I have not moved more of these guys. West, we're going to take all of those. We're going to move them here. Well, oh. Yeah, we're having this weird, wacky thing again. Okay, well, I'm going to save this just in case. Because these were supposed to deploy, I think, is in particular locations, but they didn't. So, yes, okay, steel. Let's find places with large base, but that's filled up, so we can't deploy to there. 13, that's a fairly large. Okay, steel deposit. Okay, so there we go. Let's put a steel refinery here in Aachen. Let's put a second one there. Okay, ooh, they've been bombed. Okay, but we'll stick another one here. It was here, I believe. Hopefully, yeah. They'll get more back. Coal fields. Yeah, we'll stick a coal field. What did I mean to do it there? Damn, I did that wrong. Oops, okay. Gotta make sure I'm doing it right, because I just wasted a coal field. I could go back to the save, I guess. But oh well. Yeah, that's a pretty large coal field. We'll expand it another time here. Decently large. Let's put that there. Rares extraction. Where do we have a lot of rare materials base? 5. 4, not as good. Definitely not as good. Probably full up on rares in Berlin, yes. It was 5, yes. Okay, I'm trying to remember what would be a good amount. I guess 5 is a good amount to add more to. Because these modify the base number, not modify the current number. Okay, well, I think we're going to leave all of those. There are tank factories to manufacturing ones. What are your thoughts on this? I don't think I do either. The last one was, captured factories, which is a little different. I mostly just want lots of ICs, I guess. That's just my preference. Tank factories are useful, but they are specialty. See, now we're not doing well at all. Okay, well, what we need to do here is, okay, how long until 36 hours? Well, they can start pushing. They're going to push then. Just so that we're pushing from their rear as well. So they can't just shuffle units back and forth. Push everywhere. What are we doing with supply transports out there? I guess I don't know why this is being a thing here. Maybe it'll go away. I know I can turn it to manual and control it manually, and I know I normally will later, but normally it isn't needed this early. Let's go there. Kill this damn British army. Oh god, are they already pushing out of there? Okay, lots more production. Okay, enough? No, but a lot of infantry is coming in various forms. Some very much to help with occupation. Let's put in some more submarines. Now, I don't know if it's possible in game terms to make, and I'm talking game terms, to make Britain surrender because of the U-boat warfare. I don't think so. And I'm not even going to try. What I'm hoping to do is to make my investment in submarines do more damage, cost them more than my investment in submarines. So let's say I invest 100 ICs or something, just some number in ICs, and if I cost them 200 ICs in lost convoys, and I'm seeing here I need more escorts, that cost them 200 ICs. I've won the win-loss ratio there. That's my goal. Hey Eric, how you doing today? And we can throw in another one of those. Okay. Eric is going to be taking over my Twitch channel for tomorrow because I will be I should be heading out of town that morning. If for some reason I'm not, I might. There's a small chance that I won't, though. He is taking, either way, he's taking over the Twitch channel. I might show up and say hi a bit, but he will be playing War Thunder. Hope you'll still come by and hang out a bit with him. Okay, we enforced the fall of France. Okay, I don't know specifically what we got, but we got enough victory points. Fall of France. Okay. The Vichy regime. All of these, we just want to get rid of all of these, all of these, all of these. Go, 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 go. Well, I was having early in the stream, I was having a bit of a conversation with, okay, you guys just stop. You turn around. With DeGaro about, he wanted me to take all sort of in a Hearts of Iron 4 manner. Take everything. Well, it's actually a good idea both in game terms and historically for Germany to set up Vichy, because we are totally unprepared to, and Germany was at the time, unprepared to occupy North Africa, Indochina, Madagascar, possessions in America, which would have flipped out the Americans. And it reduces occupation needs. There's a lot of good reasons to form Vichy. Very good, Eric. Glad exams are over for you. Now, okay, we have a lot of stuff I've been waiting to do. Okay, upgrade Liebstandard. Yes, we want to upgrade Liebstandard. Upgrade Totenkopf. Yes, we want to upgrade Totenkopf. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, create Waffen SS. We'll do theater. Okay, create the 16th Infantry Division motorized. Yes, this will be pulling some units off the map as some cases, and I didn't, because we see here, upgrade the 16th Infantry Division to the 16th Panzer, so we're going to pull the 16th, wherever that is. Often could be up here, which would be painful, but we'll live with that. Some of these decisions may go away after the first of the year, although we're not, or they could go away just at any particular time. It could just be between this and this date to happen. But we're going to upgrade all of these. I've been saying Field Herrenhalle, which is up here, I do believe, but we're going to go with better form. Panzer Group Guderian, yes. All right. All right, now we're going to hit save again. I know, a lot of saving. Primarily, this save was over arranged Balkans with Italy. Okay, the Balkan question. Let's look at this for a moment. Balkans have been an issue of European diplomacy and war for centuries. Now, we could consider to make it only to our sphere of interest. However, not only the enemy is contesting our leadership in the Balkans, even our friends make their own agendas. Who should control the Balkans? Okay, relations changed by that. Relations, Italy. Okay, well, let's look at our current diplomatic relations with Italy. Italy. Current relations 180. So we're doing pretty good. I think what we're going to try to do, and they'll get a question, and this could go badly for us. Yeah, I just don't trust the Italian AI. Okay, even if Italy delivered the next to nothing in the Vichy France, they see themselves able to handle the Balkan policies under their demands, refuse, make concessions. Yeah, Italy. We're going to do make concessions, but not step back. I think is what we want to do. That might have gone better, might have gone worse. I don't know. Partially, my understanding is that as who divvies up like Yugoslavia and Greece and how that happens. And yes, we want to do party rally. Money down 15%, but a bunch of other good things happening. We're going to do small fleet, round up ships. The least impact. All right. Now, I think most of these new units are here. Okay, so now we have a hierarchy for the SS. If you have TRE installed, once it's set up and going for this new version, or you will have some other formatting off stuff before this that you should put under their command. Right now, here we can put these guys under there. This doesn't entirely make sense for me. Not to say, well, because notice it's just Waffen SS and Field Commandant Stella Waffen SS. That should not. Sort of administratively, the Waffen SS is under the SS, but in field command sense of this game, it's under the army. Now they end up later in the war doing, core commands and whatnot. But now we have here Guderian's group. Okay, now I have a bunch of HQs heading this way. Good. What we don't have is a bunch of port guards just yet. So what we're going to do is do some temporary port guards. Keep before the British decide to, invade. We're going to drop these divisions. One out in Brest. Oh, yeah, they're down there. The Jaeger division, I don't know. Don't know if we want to add them up here or. I'd really just want. We're getting some SS units. I really love having GGA installed with the game because they have good occupation units. We'll put him up here. No, we don't want a Fortress Buster for this guy. Yeah, that'll do. Probably a little better than we should have, but that'll do. Okay, now we're down to small consumer good needs. Good. And that puts everything into the white. Oh, we need to put these to the top. Okay, well, we'll get some more coming sometime. I think we're going to maybe having a bit of an air war coming, so let's do 6 more fighters to handle that. Okay, we still have this battle here for Amsterdam. Actually, well, no, you're there. You come down here and make sure you're attacking into there so that they're not. We'll get the paras up here. We have anybody who's in good shape who's not attacking? Not apparently. France has decided shame of defeat. Very good. Vichy collaboration modifier. Hello, Ruse the Wizardo. How you doing? It's on hiatus, the Baldur's Gate game. I do intend to finish it someday, but I keep restarting it, making 2 or 3 episodes, and then not immediately able to continuing it. So it's going to get completed someday. So if you want to watch the series, I think it's going to probably take a few more years to get done anyways. So yeah, that is still a thing. I still have the game, still want to play it. It's just getting it all up there. Okay, Vichy collaboration, national manpower modifier. Now, see, this makes sense in that a lot of French manpower, under various circumstances, helps out, and including the farming stuff that we were talking about earlier. Leadership, yeah, there should be a little bit of some there. Yeah, don't, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying look for new episodes anytime soon, but there will be more stuff going. It is not dead. It's just waiting to be done more sometime. Okay, combat medicine advance. Yeah, that is under here. Okay, stop that. Yep. And home front focus advance. We'll look at that. Yeah, we'll let that continue. Now that's reducing our manpower because it's helping with our AA and whatnot. Okay, now of course, probably, well, other than asking here personally now, that's cool and makes me think about the series, but making comments on videos, even old ones, I'm more likely to show people that the more I see interest in people watching the series, the more likely I am to continue it. Ruse, that's just a basic fact, I guess. So if you and other people comment on videos, I will much more likely start making them sooner. Thank you, Arno. Okay, yes, we'll give you energy. Our Vichy friends. Okay, so lots of revolt risk. Well, we don't need to man the Maginot Line now. One of the reasons I dropped all those units, those fresh infantry divisions, these guys that are going to get reorganized, just because they could be here now, not in days or weeks or whatnot. But they'll be here now. I was intending to use these garrison forces as additional forces. Out here along the Maginot and other places. And this is where Totenkopf ended up the French campaign. Okay, there we go. All the way down here. They were one of the units, if not the unit, that had the longest march for the Battle of France, and they ended up all the way down on the Spanish border, or at least elements of them did. And you can hang out there for a little while. No, we got another one. Oh, maybe. So how soon will we be getting our SD units? Well, it'll be a while. February. Wow. They're taking a long time to organize up. Okay, we have been hit with a bunch of these penalties for creating a bunch of those other units. Right, well, let's move some of these up to the top because we need them sooner rather than later, though these probably will need to be, but we want good occupation forces. And now, good, we're doing this military police, that will help. Improve security units, that will help. Add suppression, there we go. So you can see here whether that's the police, the SIPO, which are those SD guys. Suppression will be added. A lot of other units will get bits of suppression, some a lot, some a little bit, but that will definitely help. Okay, well, you attack into there now. You're, well, okay, you're not, oh, you're ready. Okay, you attack into there. We want to keep these guys from getting organized up and coming back into the fight. We don't want them to have a secure place to reorganize. Heavy armor designs have advanced. Looking for 1940s technologies or technologies that, like the improved securities, which is also 1940s, but that we might need sooner, but we'll do that. Ski brigade. Conclusions after victory. Okay, well, looks like we're moving into here. Oh, Panzergruppe Kleist shattered. Lovely. I'll probably be under here, yeah. Well, let's get all of these guys coming north, just in case they get there, they'll still be useful. Okay, we got this heavy artillery. You move into there. You move up that way. Get up to this province and then turn on that. You just go to defend and you come up to defend. Okay, Gulf of Tonkin. Leadership, research efficiency, and black soil happened to us because of that. Because what happened here is Japan takes over. Now, to give you a little bit of what sort of happens is the French had been allowing, the ports of Hanoi, Haiphong, whatever, come into supply into China. Now, of course, in real life, the war is still going on in China. So they are specifically trying to help out. The Japanese don't like this, of course. And the French lose in Europe. The Japanese insist upon occupying Indochina. Trying to remember some of the details. The U.S. doesn't react well to this. The U.S. is not, terribly fond of European colonialism, particularly in Asia, but anywhere would be, somewhat correct. The U.S. ideologically at the time, and sort of to this day, wants to see local governance, but also wants to see, in which they see the colonialism, and it varies, as sort of grabbing up market share. And the U.S. wants to have open markets. And it's not entirely just, the U.S. wants to be able to sell widgets in Indonesia, or Indochina, actually, which is Vietnam, but at this time, I mean, they do, as opposed to just the French selling widgets in Indochina. They want to be able to do it there. But they're going, hey, anybody should be able to sell it there. And, let's set up, reasonable local regimes. They're not beyond, I don't know, how do I say this and not be too hyperbolic? They're not saying that all the local governments are good and reasonable and they should be in charge, but they think that you should promote local stuff. So they're not terribly thrilled with the idea of colonial empires. They're not like trying to dismantle things like Hong Kong or Singapore as sort of outposts, because hey, the U.S. sort of wants outposts too, but like the Philippines, they were scheduled to get independence long before this time in 1945. They were scheduled to get independence. It wasn't meant to be a permanent occupation, and definitely not meant to be a colony, permanent thing. Now Guam sort of was, which was taken at the same time, but the U.S. combination of needs an island for coaling, refueling coal ships, and a realistic look. Yeah, Guam, yeah, you people are cool, but you're sort of like primitive, and it's a big, mean, evil world out there, and if we're not here, somebody else can just accidentally, acquire you by showing up with a ship. So yeah, we're going to keep you where the Philippines, they see as, a nation and whatnot, and could be on their own. So they are distinct like that, and definitely they want to, of course, keep some basing rights and other stuff when they take away, the Philippines from Spaniard. Because, they don't conquer the Philippines from the Filipinos. They conquer it from the Spaniards. Now, they fight the Filipinos, particularly the Maros down in the south, but they fight various Filipinos to maintain their control. But they're trying to build a Philippine version of the United States, replicate themselves and get them independent. So, like I say, they're not like hooray for European colonialism, but they don't see the Japanese as being the enlightened people that are going to create local governments either. So it's like it's not an improvement to the situation, and it's with Japanese aggression in China, it seems as more of the same. So this sort of really starts pissing the U.S. off. Now, what happens locally is the French get told the Japanese are showing up, and you just stay in your barracks. Basically, my understanding is throughout the Second World War, the rest of it, most of the French units just stay in their barracks. And they stay sort of armed. They just don't do anything. And so they just sort of, it's joint occupation, if you will, on mostly with a Japanese face on it. But where the civil administration, to one degree or another, continues under Vichy France. And then under, I guess, theoretically Free French, or whatever you want to call the French colonial administration after that point. What more early? Because we got, I think, all of these 1940s that we particularly want. Well, we can do mountain unit training. Time on target we could do now. Yeah, that would be good. That's a new one. Oh, we still have more leadership. Okay, how much do we have? Okay. A little more than half a point. Let's see if any of these others have appeared available to us that weren't before for whatever reason. Political indoctrination. Okay. We'll keep our little SS buddies indoctrinated. No, create the 13th Panzer Division. Yes, please. Divisions are shattering as we're pushing in. Okay, yeah. Western Mid-Atlantic Ridge supply mode. Let's look at the naval map here. Okay. You're doing well here, but you come over here now. Just sort of get away. You keep running away from any concentration of hunters for you. Oh, where are you? Because you're red means you're still out there. Okay, you're heading back out. Okay, let's move you over to here. Now, what we also want to do here is, now that we have this occupied, we'll deal with the generals a bit later. Let's create, I think in strengths of 3, which seems about right. We'll do one down, group down here. Okay, well, let's do this group up at 4, I guess, because we want to keep the long-range subs separate, because they'll be able to operate. Oh, I clicked that one a little bit. Operate out much longer range. Okay, good. Now this... No, what we want to do is come down here. Let's grab one of these guys with the U-boat specialty and find Führer to U-boat. No, donuts. I just don't want to lose them. Now what we will do is send you out to Lorient. I think so. We'll move that as a command structure there. Now, Okay, air base, good. Let's see. We will put a naval bomber, flying boat, and a long-range fighter here. See if we get some fleet killer. There we go. Okay, and yeah, let's put them in the same location just so that for fighter attacks and whatnot until we get this better in hand. Also down here. All right, well, I think we're going to end the episode, not the live stream, but the episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please, of course, like I was saying earlier, subscribe. See you next time for even more Hearts of Iron. Okay. So we'll make another episode here. I just wanted to keep this. Oh, we didn't stop.